Ago, for the primary school students, I sat where you were sitting. 36 years ago, in fact, Sunday, Father's Day made exactly 36 years ago that I graduated from high school. I was sitting where you, the high school graduates, were sitting, and I was nervous about what the future was about to present for me. Primary school students, graduates, I want to tell you that you will enter high school, and many of you have been to other schools for 5 years, and you came here at Greenville Preparatory in September, and you were the big fish in a small pond. But I want to tell you, high school changes it a bit because you will become a small fish in a big pond. So I want you to know that you have been prepared well. My board has been ensuring that the principal and the staff here have been doing what they say they would, and we are pleased that you have gained and earned a quality education, and you are now prepared for high school. I was also thinking about our high school graduates who are about to get their high school diploma and leaving us and going on to our world. But I'm sure, like many of you, you were looking forward to this. When will this long ceremony end, and when will these speeches from the principal and the guest speaker and the valedictorian, and you only want to celebrate. But I want to tell you, I want to spend just a few minutes to tell you about what life has ahead for you. I was nervous, graduates, to talk about the future and the great unknown. But you see, graduates for high school, I want to tell you, 36 years ago, I sat where you were sitting, and I was nervous because I did not know exactly where the rest of my life would be. But I want to tell you that when this excitement of this day is over, there's some things that you must know, that you must also do. But I want to tell you that I am grateful today because I have been given a mandate to speak to a future prime minister. I have been given a mandate to speak to a future leader, a future doctor, a future politician, a future preacher, a future teacher, a future influencer in the Bahamas. I want you to know that you are going to soar to new heights by conquering all odds. Yes, today is truly the culmination of a long road that you have traveled to get to where you are. For primary school students, this is the completion of 6 years of quality education. For the high schoolers, this is the culmination of 12 years and maybe 13, because, some of us have an extra journey. But by the grace of God, guess what? We made it. Yes. I know that some parents who entrusted their children to this fine institution of higher learning are pleased with the level of education that they receive. And you today are excited because for the seniors, you're saying, thank God. At least one is finished. And for our primary school, almost there, 6 more years. Yes, today is the ending of a chapter, but the beginning of a new one. And so I would like to say congratulations. And I want you to focus on your future. But I want to stop to all of you as the graduates to tell you that I have, especially for our high schoolers, and even the primary school, because some persons today will graduate with honors, and I know that for the ones who are in primary school, September will come and you will have a new slate. So if you didn't make the honor roll this year, you have an opportunity to make it next year. To our high school, some of you may have wanted to do better in high school, but you didn't have an opportunity. But I want to tell you that this is not the end of the road, that you have an opportunity to do something at the next level. Graduates, I want to tell you that you have what it takes to become the success stories that this Bahamas is looking forward to. That nothing is impossible for the man or the woman who have placed in their head, placed in their mind what they want to achieve. Yes, young graduates, I want to tell you Because I'm going to tell you that sometimes some persons are going to tell you that you can't do it. Some people are going to try and discourage you. But I want to tell you that do not allow anything to stop you from achieving your goals. Right. You know, sometimes as young people, we have all the excuses in the world. Well, I'm not bright. I'm from a fatherless home, and no one is helping me. But what they're really saying is that I lack the dream, the drive, and the desire to get to my destination. But that is not going to happen to this graduating class. Because no matter who you are, no matter where you live, no matter who your parents are, I have good news for you. You have what it takes to be a success story in this country. Yes, I want to tell you a story about a young man who I met a few years ago. He was telling me about how when he was in high school that he was considered dumb. And he was considered dumb because he was getting in high school D's and F's. And when his parents asked him about the D's and F's, he told his parents the D's and F meant doing fine. Doing fine. Yes, in fact, in 10th grade, you know, this young man, he told me, he said, guess what? He did so bad in school that when he got to grade 7, he got okay grades. When he got to grade 8, he had to repeat grade 8. When he got in grade 9, he took some BJCs and passed. When he got in grade 10, he got 3 F's, 2 D's, and guess what happened? He got kicked out of private school because guess what? He was too dumb. Yes, he got kicked out of his private school. Well, 16 years old, no school would accept him. But luckily, his parents believed in him. Yeah. And parents, it is very important for you to believe in your kids, your children. His parents believed in him, and I'm told that 2 years later he graduated, but he didn't graduate with honors from high school. And he was told at graduation, all of his friends were going to the College of the Bahamas. I'm told that he didn't even get into the College of the Bahamas when he graduated. And guess what? He had to go to work. But 1 year later, his high school guidance counselor came at him again saying, you need to go to college. Sure. And I'm told that the young man told his high school guidance counselor, I can't go to college because a teacher told him that he was not college material. Wow. Listen here, graduates, don't let anyone determine you from where Amen. You need to go. Amen. I want to tell you, that young man will probably be listed in the grade 12 when you have most likely to succeed, most likely to end up a failure in life. Well, graduates, I want to tell you, I want to introduce you to that young man. That young man is your graduation speaker. Yes, at 16 years old, I flunked out of St. Augustine's College. No other private school would accept me. Oh, man. 2 schools my parents tried and both said no. R.M. Bailey gave me a second chance in 1983. In 1985, I graduated from R.M. Bailey, and I did not graduate with honors. But I can tell you, young people, you have what it takes to be great. That's right. My parents still believe in me, and 1 year later, after graduating, I worked for a year. And I went out, my high school guidance counselor continued. Because I tried to get into the College of the Bahamas, and they delayed my admissions. They told me I couldn't come into 85, I could come in 86. But my high school guidance counselor by the name of Zoe Miller Powell and a coach by the name of Charles Chuck Mackey the late decided in 1983 to give me a second chance. The second chance have proven to be a great chance. Young people, I want to tell you right now, whatever your mind can conceive, whatever your heart can believe, with a God up there, you can achieve it. Young people, I want to tell you, in 1986, I went to college. And when I started college, I was a year older than most of the graduates, or most of the persons who were entering the freshman class. And I remember going there, and I was nervous because all of the students, a lot of them were from their high school. They were smart. They came there as honor roll scholars. I'm coming there as someone who, in 1983, 3 years prior, had flunked out of high school. But I went to Bethune-Cookman in August of 1986, and young people, that's why I will tell you, it's not how you start, it's how you finish that race. Let me tell you, when I went to Bethune-Cookman in 1986, August, I started to party with everybody else, and then I realized that, guess what? I didn't come here for this.
That's right.
At the end of my first semester in college, I received a 3.83, the first time in my life I'd ever received anything like that. At the end of my freshman year, I was most outstanding freshman, and like the young man, Mr. Thurston, said, I was most outstanding freshman, most outstanding sophomore, most outstanding junior, most outstanding senior. I was president of the student body, managing an $80,000 budget.
Wow.
And let me tell you, in 1990, April of 1990, I graduated from Bethune-Cookman College as an honor roll scholar, and that was the first time in my life that I ever made the honor and graduated with honors. Young people, it does not matter how you start the race,
That's right.
how you finish the race.
Yes.
This is up to you.
Yes.
Graduates, I want to tell you, and parents, we have to speak over the life of our children.
Yes.
Let me tell you, it is so powerful, so potent for you to speak every day over the life of your children.
Yes.
I have 2 children, and I don't want parents, I know you're about to laugh at me right now when I tell you this story. I have 2 kids. In April of this year, my oldest daughter, and parents, again, we have to believe in our kids. We have to push our kids. We have to tell them that they can do it. My daughter, 4 years ago, graduated from high school. And 3 years ago, she decided that she was going to go to a university in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I have to be, because I have to be honest here, because I'm a man of God and I don't want to get struck down. But 3 years ago, when she was getting ready to go off to university at Grand Canyon University, I didn't even know where Phoenix was, and I went into to Premier Travels to buy 4 tickets to get to Phoenix, Arizona, and the lady at the Premier Travel was telling me that okay, you can get your connecting either in Miami, Charlotte, Dallas, or Atlanta. And I said, oh, I don't like 3 of those airports. I can take Charlotte. That's the better. So I said, well, how long is that flight? She said 2.5 hours. And so I said, okay, great. So I said, how long is the next half of the journey? She said 4.5 hours. I fainted in the woman's chair. I fainted because I was like, where you sending me, miss? She said, you came in here and tell me you need to get to Phoenix, Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot discount or not to believe in our kids. My daughter had selected a university, and when I got another note, it says, congratulations, you are one of 7,000 new students. I fainted again. Yes, my youngest daughter, 3 years ago, decided to go to Grand Canyon University, a school that has an on-campus population of 20,000 students. Woo. My daughter is about, she's about the height of Mr. Thurston at 21.
Yes.
And so I was nervous about how I'm going to allow my daughter to go into this new environment. But let me tell you, parents, at 21, she graduated in April with a 3.96.
Oh, okay.
With a Bachelor of Science degree in education, and she's going on to do a master's. Parents, speak life into your children.
Yes.
My wife and I continue to speak life into our daughter. My youngest daughter, I have one 21, and I have one, she's entering high school. She's 11. So yes, 21 and 11. But God has blessed us because she is also an honor roll scholar in her primary school moving on to high school, and we are grateful. Young people, I told you this because it matters not who your parents are. It matters not how many times you have failed. But I want to tell you that today you have a brain. Today you can decide that I am going to be great in my new chapter. This chapter that's ending leads you to a new beginning. The past you are leaving means a future that you're winning. Young people, soaring to new heights by conquering all odds. I know that God has something in store for you.
Yes, sir.
I know that one door closes, God opens another one. And when you have done all that you have done, and you have believed that you can do, I want you to know, whatever test you go to, make that your testimony. Whatever mess that you went through, make that your message. Knock down your door, young people, because you have what it takes. I encourage you, think big, dream big, and I look forward to hearing all of your names in the big things of this country.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations.